As a dietitian who specializes in weight loss, there are 10 specific foods and drinks that I recommend to my clients every single day. You'll also find all of these in my fridge or my pantry right now. Now, these aren't expensive specialty products. I mean, all of these are really easy to find in your regular grocery store, and they're all pretty budget friendly for the most part. In fact, if someone told me that they had an empty fridge right now and they had to fill it with 10 foods and drinks that would help them reach their weight loss goals and even health goals, these would be the first items that I would put in my shopping cart. So grab a pen and paper to start making your grocery list, because if you don't regularly eat these 10 foods, you're going to want to get them this week. And make sure you keep watching until the end, because I'm going to reveal one specific drink that most people think is terrible for your health and for weight loss, when in reality it's totally fine to add into your diet and it can be really helpful for reaching your goals. Hello and what's up? Welcome back to my channel, team. My name is Andres Ayesta, registered dietitian who makes weight loss simple and convenient for busy people. If you're a parent who is trying to juggle family, a busy job, you're working to grow your career, and you don't have a whole lot of free time to focus on your health, make sure you go down in this little thing that says subscribe so you can subscribe to my channel, because all my videos are created specifically for you. Today, I'm going to be sharing my top 10 food and drink recommendations for people who are trying to shed some fat or lose some weight. I'll be giving you some examples of how I include these into my day-to-day and turn them sometimes into full meals. Now, I've made other videos in the past with food recommendations, but what makes this video a little bit different is that I like to think of these as the most basic foods to help you lose weight. Now, even though I'm going to be mentioning some specific branded products, none of these things are really specifically marketed for weight loss. These are just simply foods that I think most people who are trying to lose weight should have in their kitchen, unless, of course, you have any specific allergies, intolerances, or dietary preferences. If I do mention any branded products, I just want to mention and make a disclaimer here that none of those companies have paid me anything to actually advertise their products. I just simply like them and buy them all the time. Now, if you are interested in learning more product-specific recommendations, comment below and I'll have to share some products that I personally recommend, more so than the ones that I'm going to be mentioning here today. Now, before I get into the 10 products that I'm sharing today, I want to explain why I chose this food specifically. When it comes down to losing weight, there are no special fat-burning foods. But there are some foods that I found can be really helpful to include in your diet regularly if weight loss is your goal. The reason I say this is because there's one general goal that you want to have with your meals when you're really trying to lose weight. And the goal is to make your meals as filling as possible while eating the right number of calories to stay in a calorie deficit. I've always said that the hardest thing in weight loss is to manage your hunger levels, because hunger can really be overpowering over anything, particularly when you're in a really true calorie deficit. And in case you need a quick refresher of what that is, a calorie deficit just means that you're eating fewer calories than what your body burns over a period of time. So the body starts to use the excess fat for fuel. That is the basic condition for weight loss to happen. Now, what I see most commonly when I'm working with clients is that the main barrier most people have when it comes down to losing weight is, again, hunger. So if you're eating foods that can help you manage that hunger, you'll most likely end up overeating and never reach your goals. Sometimes consciously and sometimes subconsciously, or just not necessarily paying too much attention to what you're consuming. Now, when we think about what makes a food filling, the three main things I look for are foods that are higher in fiber, are higher in protein, and or are high in volume while being low in calories, which means they have a low calorie density. Now let's get into the 7 foods and 3 drinks I suggest you add into your diet when your goal is weight loss. Number 1 is lean meats and seafood. Now, even though this isn't a single food, I really have to start with this because for anyone who eats meat or who are not plant-based or vegan, this will be a staple in your fridge when you're trying to lose weight. Things like chicken, turkey, lean beef, fish, and shrimp are all lean sources that I eat all the time. Protein affects your hunger hormones. It can help you feel fuller for longer. And of course, it can also promote muscle growth and maintenance, which is a key for a healthy metabolism that supports weight loss. You want to aim to be including around 30 grams or more of protein at every meal. It's a general recommendation, but it applies to most people. 5 ounces of any of those meats will give you about 30 grams of protein in one serving. Second is berries. Berries are high in fiber and micronutrients. The reason I really like them for weight loss is because they're a really great option for dessert without the excess sugar and calories. Of course, you can snack on these on their own, but I love really adding them into things like my overnight oats. I put them into Greek yogurt for a really high protein snack and other different options. Now, I'll make a point in here which is important. Any kind of fruit, really, it's going to be a good food to include in your fridge, mostly because it's going to have fiber and a lot of those micronutrients, not just berries, but berries typically typically tend to be a better option simply because of the fact that for a really good amount that you would consider a serving, you can definitely feel pretty satisfied, and you will probably have a little bit less calories compared to, for example, a banana or something like pineapple or watermelon, even though those options are still very filling and they're really good options when you're really trying to lose weight. Second is Greek yogurt and cottage cheese. I know those are two foods, but you will find them close enough in the grocery store. So let's just kind of pair them up as one. Both of these are fantastic sources of protein. Greek yogurt is a great option to use as a snack, particularly if you get a flavor kind like Oikos by 000. Now, this is my favorite kind because it has 15 grams of protein and almost like no sugar or no added sugar in it. And this is why I like it a lot. Now, if you get like an unflavored, non-fat kind, you can use this to replace things like sour cream or even mix it with something like ranch powder for a higher protein ranch-like dressing. Now, be careful with Greek yogurt brands because some of them do have a lot of added sugars and they can pack a good number of extra calories, and those also tend to be lower in proteins compared to, for example, the brand I just showed you. Now, cottage cheese can boost your protein in things like toast. You can add it to eggs. You can actually mix that with those berries that I just told you about, or you can do something fun like blend it with some sriracha and some seasoning, and you can make a creamy dip or a sauce, and like you can use it in different recipes to make at home. Number 4 is beans. Beans contain soluble fiber and protein, both of which would make you feel fuller longer and can help you eat a lot less calories throughout the day. There are tons of different ways that you can use beans. Now, I personally love mixing mine with things like rice and certain meats. Now, number 5 is spinach. The spinach is a pretty good leafy green that you can include in your diet. Honestly, I add it to a ton of different things, and I sprinkle them into my eggs. I use it as a base in a bowl when I have some rice or quinoa just to add more volume, because it definitely kind of volumizes your meals, which increases the amount of food you consume while not necessarily getting a ton of calories. And again, any leafy green will do though, but like spinach typically tends to be more of a vibrant, colorful vegetable, which will most likely add more micronutrients. Okay, before we get into the last 2 foods and 3 drinks, I wanted to add that I know how hard it can be to take food recommendations and figure out how to incorporate them into your diet to reach your goals, because weight loss is more than just choosing the right foods. I always say that. If you're not sure what to eat, how much to eat, and how to build a meal plan for your specific goals, and how that fits into your lifestyle as a whole, you're really trying to also kind of change the way you see food a little bit more for long-term results, and you're looking for some support, we're currently taking on new clients in our one-on-one coaching program, the Nutrition Blueprint Method, which is our flagship program. Well, we'll work together to create a strategy that will help you lose 15 to 30 pounds over the next 16 weeks by completely transforming everything from your nutrition, your mindset, and your lifestyle habits. If you're interested in learning more about that personalized coaching program, head over to planusnutrition.com/application to see if you qualify. Now, let's get going with the foods and drinks. Number 6 is eggs and egg whites. Eggs are a good source of protein with plenty of nutrients. They're also something that you can cook up quickly, whereas many other protein sources have a longer prep and cooking time. But a weight loss hack with eggs is that you can buy a carton of egg whites. That's what we do. You combine 1 egg with some egg whites whenever you really have an omelet or scrambled eggs. Egg whites contain around 10 grams of protein for every third of a cup, so they're pretty great protein boost for your breakfast, especially because only 1 whole egg contains about 6 grams of protein. Number 7 is oats. Many people might be surprised to see this here because so many people online have been bashing oats very recently. They're honestly a great food for weight loss. I actually went through all the evidence-based benefits of oats in the recent video I did on the viral weight loss drink called Oat Sempic, so I'll link that in the description box. But to give you a summary, oats are beneficial for weight loss because of their higher fiber content, which promotes feelings of fullness and aids in digestion and really helps you control your appetite and reduce your overall calorie intake. Let's get into the drinks. Number 8, it's water. Okay, don't roll your eyes here. I know this one is boring, but I did say we're covering the basics in this video. Water is so beneficial for weight loss because 1, it contains 0 calories. I'm sure you know that. It can be helpful for avoiding overeating, and it's essential for metabolism. But to make the recommendation of drinking water more exciting, I'll add a bit of a twist. One thing I love to suggest to my clients is to adding different combinations of fresh fruit to their water to enhance the flavor. Some fruit combinations of flavored water could include lemon and cucumber, strawberry and basil, or orange and mint. Those are great, especially now that summer is coming, and I think it's a really good way to really boost your hydration. Now, number 9 is diet soda. I will get a lot of hate for this one. So I wanted to include this in here on purpose, not because it's a food that you need to add to your grocery list if you don't really want to, nor that it is a required food for weight loss, but simply because a very large number of people consume them, and social media has been scaring people into thinking that these are so terrible for you. Let's get a bit sciencey here. so I can kind of give you some background. If you're a regular soda consumer, you definitely might want to see this. When you look at the research and recent meta-analysis, which is a compendium of controlled research trials, which are the gold standard for scientific studies, they have seen that when people replace regular soda for something like a diet soda, the diet soda group tends to see a decrease in weight by average of 1 kilogram when you look at a bunch of different studies together, and improvements in even things like cardiovascular markers. These changes are similar when they compare the same regular soda drinkers with water drinkers. And no, diet soda does not trick your body into thinking you're consuming sugar, as reflected in this other meta-analysis of 34 controlled trials. Of course, water is ideal, which is why I mentioned it before this. But if you enjoy the fits and the carbonation like I do, diet soda is certainly an item that you can add to your list. My personal preference is this one called Stevia, but I have recently enjoyed these other two kinds called Poppy and Olipop, which are technically not diet sodas since they're made with a fruit juice base and are not really 0 calories, but they are a much lower calorie option compared to regular sodas for sure. And last but not least, number 10 is RTD protein beverages. I'm a huge fan of these drinks, mostly because they're very convenient choices for the busy working parent, the busy professional, the person that is on the go. Most of them have like chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry flavors, which honestly, for me at least, it helps a bit with cravings when you have like sugar cravings. And most of them tend to pack more than 15 to 20 grams of protein per serving. These are not calorie-free items, but they can serve as a really good snack option when you're on the go. Some people like to mix them with coffee in the morning as a breakfast choice or meal replacement, or simply just add them as a post-workout recovery drink. There are a ton of options, from milk-based alternatives like Premier and Fairlife Core Power drinks to also plant-based options like Au-Yeung and Orgain, just to name a few. But those are the 10 products I wanted to share. That you have them. These are the ones that I would stock my fridge with for weight loss if I wanted to the absolute basics to reach my health and fitness and weight loss goals. Now, if you're looking for more simple, delicious recipes for both meals and drinks to add to your weekly meal plan, make sure you check the description box, because I've included a link to my free 50 recipe cookbook that is designed for busy parents who want to stop eating boring foods and start loving all the really tasty meals that they can eat while still losing weight. I really hope that you enjoyed this video today and you're ready to go to the grocery store to stock up on all these products. Let me know in the comments what you think of everything I included in this video. Would love to know and start a conversation. I'll see you in the next video.